So, good morning, guys. Today we are going to cover our lecture number 13. Okay, this is lecture number 13, concept of unity, lagging, and leading. Actually, this concept comes from network theory, but yes, this concept is also useful for measurement and instrumentation subject. Whenever the circuit containing the resistance, capacitance, and inductance, then the concept of unity, lagging, and leading will be there, and it will be helpful for all of you. Okay, some of the students are confused, sir, how can we find out whether the circuit is in lagging power factor or whether the circuit has leading power factor? Sometimes the voltage across the inductor is maximum, and sometimes voltage across the capacitor is more than the voltage across the inductor. We are just confusing among all this. Okay, so please explain all this. So today this lecture is going to be very beneficial for all of you, and we will start from unity power factor. Okay, what element behaves as a responsible factor for unity power factor, and what element is responsible for lagging, and what element is responsible for leading. Okay, so here we are going to start the study of 5 element. That is, first element we will study, you all know, this is resistance we will study, and after the resistance we will cover inductance. Okay, the unit of the resistance you all know is mentioned in ohm. The unit of the inductor will be in Henry. Okay, it will be in ohm, it will be in Henry, and the third one is, it will be capacitor. Okay, and the unit will be in farad only. Okay, so first we are going to study the concept of R, and we will deal the phase difference between voltage and the current when the circuit has only the resistance element. Okay, so first we are going to study resistance. Okay, I am not writing here directly whether this has unity, lagging, leading power factor. You will understand, you will got the idea how can we find out the power factor of the circuit when it has different elements. Okay, like the element is, this is the resistance, and the voltage applied across the resistance is V, and due to having the value of the resistance, the current will be flowing in the circuit. We all know, according to Ohm's law, what we know is V always is written as equivalent to I into R. V always equivalent to I into R, that is product of current flowing in the resistance to the value of the resistance, and this will be in volt. Okay, let the value of the current is Im sin omega t. The value of the current is given as I is equal to Im sin omega t, and when we will put this expression into equation number 1, okay, in equation number 1, what we will get, the value of the value of V will be equivalent to this value, Im sin omega t to the product of R. So obviously it will be Im multiplied by R sin omega t. This will be the value of V, and this was the value of I. So from here you can note down the phase difference between I and V. The phase difference between I and V is nothing, only 0, because it has sin omega t, so definitely the phase difference is always equivalent to 0 between voltage and current. The phase difference between voltage and current is 0. Why? Because it has sin omega t, magnitude wise voltage may be different than the current, or current may be different than the voltage, but yes, the phase difference between voltage and the current will always be equivalent to 0 degree. Okay, like if it would be sin omega t plus 20 degree, then the phase difference would be definitely that here it was 20 degree. Okay, but now it is sin omega t and it is sin omega t, so the phase difference between voltage and current will be equivalent to 0 degree. If we can also draw the phase diagram. If this is the diagram of we can draw according to the circuit. Okay, first you have to understand we will take the current as a reference phasor. Okay, and with respect to current we will draw the phasor diagram for V. Okay, so we are going to take I as a reference phasor. If this is I, then the phase difference is always equal to 0. So obviously V will be in phase with I. Okay, so this was the basic difference between the phase difference between V and I. So this was the basic concept for resistance, that is R. Now we are going to study the introduction of inductance, second L, and you have to always remember one thing, that the unit is always equivalent to unit will be ohm of the resistance. Now we are going to study inductance. Second we are going to study, it is inductance. Okay, and unit will be always in, okay, it was resistance, so it will be inductor. Okay, we all know what is the relation between voltage and current for inductor only. If the circuit has pure inductor, what is the difference between the phase what is the relation between voltage and current for the inductor? You all know, and you all know that it is always equal to V is equal to L di upon dt. That is expression the volt. If this is the inductor, and if this is the current, and this is the voltage across the inductor, that is VL. If the current is changing simultaneously with respect to time, then the voltage will be induced in this inductor. Okay, so this was the value of inductor, this was the expression. If I take the expression for I, let I is equal to Im sin omega t, then according to this equation, what will be the value of V? V will be equivalent to L d upon dt bracket Im sin omega t. And if you are well known about the differentiation property, then you will understand the differentiation of sin omega t is always equivalent to cos omega t. Okay, now here we are doing the differentiation with respect to t. The differentiation of sin omega t with respect to omega t is equivalent to cos omega t. The differentiation of sin omega t with respect to t will be treated as the differentiation of sin omega t along with the multiplication of the product omega. Okay, so what is the value of V? L Im will get outside sin omega t. Sin omega t will get converted into cos omega t due to differentiation property, and differentiation of omega t with respect to t is always equivalent to omega. Okay, and here it will be cos omega t. So V is equal to omega L Im cos omega t. Now what can we write down cos omega t in the form of sin omega t? We can write down V is equal to omega L Im sin omega t plus 90, or sin 90 plus omega t. So you can understand the clear difference. This was sin omega t, the expression for I, and the expression for V only in inductor. The phase difference is sin omega t plus 90. Sin omega t plus 90. That means if this is the phase difference, I already told you that we will take I as a reference phasor. So if I take this I reference phasor in the direction of x, so V, the phasor for V will be in this diagram. V will be in the direction of y axis, and we always take the phase lagging or leading of I, and it is equivalent to 90 degree. That means I is lagging 90 degree equivalent with respect to voltage. Okay, that is why here you can note down I is lagging 90 degree with respect to V. I is lagging 90 degree with respect to V, with respect to voltage. So lagging, due to this lagging concept, this circuit will have lagging power factor. The power factor will be lagging power factor, and lagging 90 degree with respect to this, and this will be purely lagging power factor. Okay, so this was the concept. Okay, now if we can study the effect of capacitor in the series, then what we can write down. We are again drawing the same diagram for C value. Okay, so if I can draw for capacitor, this is the capacitor. Okay, and the value, the unit is always expressed in farad. You can express with capital F. Okay, what is the expression for capacitor? This is C, this is the current flowing into the capacitor, and this is V, voltage across the capacitor. Now you all know what is the value of, what is the difference, what is the expression for current and the voltage in the case of C. You all know it is given as I is equal to C dV upon dt. I is equal to C dV upon dt. It is C. Okay, so if I take V is equal to Vm sin omega t, we are talking about AC supplies. Okay, and in AC supplies we all know it is the sinusoidal function. Okay, if we take V equivalent to Vm sin omega t, then according to this expression, what will be the value of I? It will be d upon dt bracket this expression Vm sin omega t, and here the value will be given as C. Vm will get outside. Vm, the expression for sin omega t is always equivalent to cos omega t, and differentiation of omega t with respect to t will be equivalent to omega, and here it will be cos omega t. Now we can express this cos with respect to sin. Okay, I is equivalent to C Vm omega sin omega t plus 90. Now you can again note down the phasor difference between Vm. Here the phase difference, here the phase angle was, the V was sin omega t, and the phase angle for I was sin omega t plus 90 degree. That means now I is 90 degree more than the phase, more than V. Okay, that means if I can draw, I already told you that always take current in the as a reference phasor in the direction of X. Then whatever the location of the phasor of the voltage will be there, we can express on the board. Okay, if I take this current as a reference, okay, in the direction of X, now this was the direction of I, and it was sin omega t plus magnitude wise the voltage and the current may be different, but yes, now we are going to draw the phasor diagram of the current and the voltage. The current was I is equal to C omega t on sin omega t plus 90. If I consider this omega t plus 90, then voltage was Vm sin omega t. That means omega t plus 90 minus 90 will be equivalent to Vm sin omega t. So here the voltage will be in this direction. So here this will be the voltage, and this will be the phasor for I. Okay, with respect to V. Okay, now what you can write down, the angle arrow was in anti-clockwise. First you have to note down, whenever the angle arrow will be in clockwise direction, the circuit will be in lagging condition. Whenever the arrow angle will in clockwise direction, the circuit will be in leading condition. Now it is leading condition. That means the I is 90 degree leading the angle of V. That means it is leading power factor. This will be in leading power factor. Now you have very much well known about the capacitor. We have studied resistance, inductance and capacitance. Now we are going to study what happens if the circuit has R and L. What happens if the circuit has R and L? In the last we will draw a basic table. What happens if the circuit has R and L? You can draw here if the circuit has R and L, if the circuit has R and C, and if the circuit has finally R, L, C. Okay, if the circuit has R and L, if the circuit has RC, if the circuit has RLC, what happens? Now we are going to study the case number 4. If the circuit has R and L, if R and L are present, like this may be the difference, this may be the phasor diagram, this may be the circuit diagram. These two elements are available in the circuit, R and C. Both elements are connected in the series, so current will be same current will be flowing into R and L. Okay, now if this is the total voltage applied across this R and L, and you are going to measure the voltage across resistance as plus minus VR, and here across L it is plus minus VL. VL is the voltage across L, VR is the voltage across R. Now you have to take, first of all you have to understand the current is same, voltages are different. So in this case you have to take current as a current as a reference phasor. Okay, you have to take current as a reference phasor. If this is the current, if this is the phasor of the current in the x direction, what is the value of the VR? For mentioning the phasor of the VR, you all know that in the case of R, the phase difference between voltage and current is always equivalent to 0. That means the VR will be in this direction. The VR will be in this direction. Okay, now what is the phasor direction of VL? In case VL, you all know that VL will be 90 degree more than current. Okay, so the direction of VL will be this. The direction of VL will be this. Okay, why? Because it will be 90 degree. It will be 90 degree. It will be 90 degree with respect to current. We are in phase of current for resistance only, and for VL will be 90 degree with respect to I. Both VR and VL I have drawn with respect to I. Now what is the equivalent voltage? What is the equivalent voltage? That is the sum of VR and VL. That is the phasor sum of VR and VL. So it will be like this. This may be VA, this may be V, and this will be the final phase degree. This will be the final phase difference of the voltage V. That is, what is the phase difference between this V and this I? What is the phase difference between this V and this I? Okay, it will be 5 degree. That means this circuit is lagging in nature. Lagging in nature. Why? Because in this, if I take the phasor difference between this I and this V, the phasor difference between this I and this V is equivalent to phi, and this I is actually lagging. Sorry, you can take this as I told you that the V, you have to take the angle, okay, with respect to I. So I is lagging with respect to V. You have to understand whether I is lagging or I is leading with respect to voltage. The current is lagging or current is leading with respect to voltage. If current is lagging, the circuit will be in lagging power factor. If the I is leading, the circuit will have leading power factor. Now in case of R, the circuit will have unity power factor. So this was the phasor diagram with respect to R and L. If circuit has R and L, you can say by closing your eyes, the circuit will be as lagging power factor circuit. Okay, and the difference between, what is the difference between V and I? Now you can note down. what is the value of this? The value of this VL. What is the value of this? The value of this VR. Okay, so as you all know, the ratio of VL to VR, okay, the ratio of VL to VR will be equivalent to 10 phi. You can wrote down the ratio of VL to VR will be equivalent to 10 phi. So phi will be equivalent to 10 inverse VL upon VR degree. Okay, so if you will put the voltage across the inductor here, if you will put the voltage across the resistor here, you can take the ratio, and by taking inverse tangential, you can take the phase difference between final voltage applied to the current flowing into the circuit. This will be the phase difference of phi. Now we are going to study the fifth R and C case. Now we are going to study the case R and C, case number 5. This will be case number 5. It will be R and C. Okay, so you can understand the value of this R and C. R and C. Here you have applied incoming voltage as V. This is the final voltage. Okay, and if this is the current I, the voltage across the resistor is expressed as VR, the voltage across the capacitor is expressed as VC. Now you have to understand again what is the phasor direction of I. You can take it as I in the direction of X. For R, the voltage will be in phase of current V. Current V. This is VR. What will be the phase for VC? I already told you that in case of capacitor, current is always leading. In case of pure capacitor, current is leading 90 degree with respect to voltage. That means voltage is lagging 90 degree. Okay, it means VC will be in this direction. Okay, and here it will be 90 degree. Okay, now what is the equivalent voltage VR and VC? Here it will be, this is respective voltage, and the current is expressed as, and the phase difference between applied voltage and the incoming in the current flowing into the circuit is I. Phase difference between V and I is phi. And what is the value of, okay, what is this? This is VC. What is this? This is VR. I already told you from the trigonometry, you can say tan phi will be equivalent to VC upon VR. Tan phi will be equivalent to VC upon VR. Okay, so again tan phi will be equivalent to 1 upon omega C. Okay, omega C 1 upon VC upon VR. So it will be IXC, and here it will be IR. I and I will get cancelled, so XC will be equivalent to 1 upon omega C. Here will be equivalent to R. So the value of phi can be written as tan inverse 1 upon omega C R. This will be the phase difference of, this will be the final phase difference of phi. Okay, and this phase will be difference of the phase of the voltage, applied voltage, to the flowing current into the circuit. The phi will be equivalent to tan inverse 1 upon omega C R. So tomorrow we are going to cover RLC circuit, and based on this we will cover one numerical. Okay, that will be the advanced level of numerical. Okay, and that numerical will help you to understand the how can we calculate the phase angle between voltage and the current in case of different elements are connected in the circuit, like R, RL, RLC, RC. Okay, these are the cases we have studied. Now today we have studied these 5 cases. Okay, tomorrow we are going to study this case. Okay, so I hope this lecture will be helpful for all of you. If you have still any doubt, okay, then you can WhatsApp us on the number, on this number. You can WhatsApp on this number. We have 9602109537. Okay, and you can also comment in the comment box in this YouTube video. below in this YouTube video, and you can also join our Telegram group. We have already mentioned in the Telegram group. In the YouTube video we will give our Telegram channel, official channel link. You can join the that link, because before uploading on the YouTube, we always try to prefer the uploading of our this free lecture on the Telegram first. Okay, then we will upload on the YouTube also. Okay, so you can note down these lectures. You can note down this WhatsApp number. It is 9602109537. Myself, Ankit Sharma. We have qualified GATE 2020 examination, so that's why we have started to deliver free lectures to all of you. You can join our Telegram as well as our YouTube channel. So thank you so much. We will meet you tomorrow in the lecture number 14, because this was lecture number 13. Okay, so thank you so much. All the best.